Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $1.96. XRP fell below $2. And look at Bitcoin, under 100K. And like in that video yesterday, I said there's a chance that this could happen. And here we are. But people are still very bullish on XRP, bullish on where it goes from here. It's like if you go on X right now, it's a mixed bag of emotions. You have some people that are extremely bearish, extremely disappointed, and then you have people that are extremely bullish and they're buying the dip. All you got to do is nothing when this happens. You're not losing anything unless you sell. This comes from Alex Cobb. Donald Trump says, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site." And that's why the market tanked. I mean, there's people talking about nuclear war and everything. Let me tell you something. We are not going to nuclear war. The world right now, here's what's going on. We have currency wars happening because every country now wants their own currency. They want a level playing field. On top of that, we're in an AI race with China at the same time. Technology just continues to advance. This, I think, is going to wrap up quickly now because Trump is calling for peace now. So if they come to some sort of deal, this market is going to rebound. But what happened with Bitcoin, that tells you that it's not a good store of value. Every time something happens in the real world, Bitcoin tanks out. Federal Reserve will hike rates now, not cut as oil price rally is expected to drive inflation high. So now they're saying that the Federal Reserve will not cut rates because expect inflation to go higher. Also, people are expecting the money printer to go back on as well, which could be bullish for crypto. It's too early to say what's going to happen. A lot of people are speculating on this. This is why I tell you all the time, if you're a crypto investor, you gotta leave your emotions at the door. Because even the articles that are coming out now are full of emotions as well. You gotta remember, people do not have the patience that you might have. People might not have the diamond hands that you have. They might be paper hands and they're selling off and they want everyone else to sell as well. 2 billion USDT minted in an hour. They're trying to prop up Bitcoin. That's what's going on. And that fake tether, that tether printed out of thin air is what they're using to prop up Bitcoin. But people still don't realize that Bitcoin's price is fueled by Tether creating value out of thin air. And you knew this was going to happen. As soon as you see the price of Bitcoin falling, all of a sudden you'll start to see the announcements that Tether is minting more Tether. Analyst says you'll regret selling the XRP dip. Here's why. They'll regret selling the XRP dip. XRP is loading phase 2. And that's what's coming. Phase 2 is absolutely coming. And everybody's just waiting for the breakout to begin. And when it happens, there's going to be so many people left with regrets. Because I saw people all day long talking about selling off their crypto. It's like you got into this space to make money. It's not an up-only investment. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes crypto goes sideways for long periods of time. Just look at the XRP chart. But that sideways movement leads into a massive breakout, and that's what's coming next. This comes from Sensei. Bull run is over. See you in 4 years. Right away, that's what people have to say. Oh, this run has been canceled now. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. I stress that. Ripple keeps selling for eternity, and people think that the price of XRP is dropping because Ripple is selling. It has nothing to do with Ripple. The reason the price of XRP is dumping out is because we're still following Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is dumping out. I would love to see what would happen if we were decoupled from Bitcoin. Would XRP hold its price point in a time that we're experiencing right now? If some real world event played out and we weren't coupled with Bitcoin, would XRP hold its ground? I would love to see that. And I think we are going to see that once utility starts driving the price of XRP. Once that happens, I'm expecting XRP to decouple from Bitcoin with the rest of these utility-driven cryptocurrencies. I think it's also going to happen once we get regulations. Because inside of crypto regulations, certain cryptocurrencies are going to be classified as utility tokens. Others will be talked about are classified as speculative assets. And then you will have meme coins. But here's Sensei again. Here we go. Bottom is in. You see how quick emotions change? 1 minute, the run's canceled. The next minute, we are so back. That's why I tell you, you have to have zero emotions as an XRP investor. This way, you are not following what other people are doing. Because other people, like I said, they will sell time and time again. And this comes from Credible Crypto, and I thought this was a great post. I'm tired of waiting a couple of years to 40x my wealth. Screw this. Guys are always the funniest to me. Do you realize how long it takes people to make this kind of money? Most never will in their lifetimes after working themselves to the bone. And you just have to sit on your hands and do nothing for a few years and you're set. Perspective, people. You know, and that's what it is. You know, people have to work years to make what you're about to make off of your investment. As long as you can make it to the finish line. He goes on to say, I mean, if you're not patient enough to wait a few years for generational wealth, the likes of which it will take normal people 3 lifetimes to make, then by all means, leave this space. And it's true. People are going to have to work their entire life just to make what you're going to make out of one bull cycle in crypto. That's what brought you here. You know, whenever volatility shows up, I start to get excited because that volatility is what leads us to riches. It takes our our investment that's sitting at $2, all of a sudden it 20x's or maybe at 50x's. Look at what people are projecting for XRP to do in this run. Then you look beyond that and you see a new financial system already coming. And you know you're holding one of the assets that are going to be moving a massive amount of money on a daily basis. Don't get shaken out. Breaking, a mysterious whale just scooped up 3,863,613.8 XRP from Binance. That's 3.86 million XRP off the exchange. Is something big about to unfold? And while you're selling, this is who's buying. This is who's buying the weak hands XRP. Whales are scooping it up. Institutions are starting to scoop it up now as well. You beat the institutions here. Why? So that you could make a shit ton of money. You didn't beat the institutions here to get shaken out and sell your XRP to those institutions. You gotta hold your ground. This comes from Edo Farina. While the world is distracted by war narratives, political issues, and economic hardships, the BIS, Fed, and IMF are quietly building a new financial system that will run on XRP and XLM. You know, most of the people outside of crypto have no clue what's going on. They don't realize a new financial system is coming. They'll get that announcement from the mainstream media news after it already happens. But because you're in crypto, you know they're keeping these people distracted. You see the headlines on the mainstream media news. They can't even say XRP on the mainstream media news. When they talk about crypto, all they talk about is Bitcoin. And every once in a while, they'll mention Ethereum. Because they don't want people investing in what you're invested in. They don't want people getting rich off of these cryptocurrencies as a new system rises up. That's why I'm telling you, this is so much bigger than most people think. Vision got you here. Patience should keep you here. Because once you get that patience and you could hold through anything, you will get generational wealth. But you gotta get through days like today. This whole week has been a little bit rough for XRP and all of crypto. I mean, a lot of big things have been happening. Do we go lower from here? Most people are thinking the bottom is in now for XRP, for crypto in general. Now we start to see the other side as we start moving back up. But I'm waiting to see what happens in the Middle East. If they come to some sort of peace agreement, then I think it's going to be go time. But if this persists, there's a chance we may go even a little bit lower on the price of XRP. But look at it like this. Everything is at discounted prices right now. Every single ISO cryptocurrency is on sale. This is when you load up your bag. You prepare for the exciting times ahead. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.